With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's the punter now, Pat McAfee, to get this one started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line. He's down at the 19. They'll come out with a three tight end look on the first play of the drive. They run it with a Hall of Famer, Eric Dickerson. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. To throw, it's Mahomes. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
Well, they certainly took a shot to open this game. And I know it backfired with the interception, but no lack of bravado from that sideline at all. And look, they told us before the ball game, they wanted to be a little more dangerous on offense. They wanted to take a few more chances. That opening pass certainly set a tone. Maybe a turnover, but I don't think it'll stop them from trying again the rest of this game.
He'll get this one down near the 20. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
It's an old-school battle in the Keystone State of Pennsylvania. The Eagles and the Steelers are underway. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. Breaks through the contact. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Brandon, whatever happened to the old rule that if you don't know that you're definitely going to get it to at least a 20? Yard line, you just take a knee in the end zone. Sometimes being too aggressive can actually cost you.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. Hard running it. Does the big boy have the juice? Still on his feet. Off to the races. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there. An even 90 yards. And the Eagles will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Well, they said they wanted to have some explosive runs. How about that one to start the game?
And I would say on the defensive sideline, there's a lot to answer for. Because you spend all week saying, stop the run. I don't care who you're playing. You don't want to get run over. You don't want to get run past. And they have both. Overcommitting in the secondary, and he just went stepping past them and is still running, essentially.
One play, and he hits pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. They'll look to throw. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's the punter now, Pat McAfee, to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the... They'll start this drive out on the ground. Showed some solid running, strong running, and then he's corralled just beyond the 10. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. Now Perry. And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. First down. With Perry, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Second down. Here's Hurts. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
On third down, it's Perry. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. That's a fourth down pickup of 10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. They'll run on first down. Perry. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. From the 48-yard line, here's second down and 2. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Perry. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on. So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
73, 18
Throwing is Hurts. And the Broncos get there and take him down. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here. Third and long. Now a give, right side. Perry. Powers through. And still fighting. And they'll get this well past midfield before being... With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's the punter now, Pat McAfee, to get this one started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 20. On first down, Manning going down the middle, and it's complete. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. To throw is Manning. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now Manning looking for his tight end read, and it's intercepted. Now inside the 25. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's the punter now, Pat McAfee, to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And able to get this out to the 25. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down.
Love the play call that time. Love the design. You put three tight ends on the field. That screams jumbo set, running formation to a defense, right? No, they go play action, and defense gets confused for just a split second. And next thing you know, completion for good yardage.
He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Saints. CeeDee Lamb, 57 yards. And the Saints go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
They're going to try and run.
If we had $1 for every time we heard a team talk about explosive plays and how valuable they are, we probably wouldn't have to work very much. And we just saw a big one there. And then they tried to go explosive again, going for 2.
Yeah, is that a little too risky, you think? Just kick the extra point?
You know, I'm all about getting points, and if I feel good about my kicker, I go ahead and do that. But with that ball at the 2-yard line, going for 2, I think it's awfully tempting for teams nowadays.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. He's still on his feet. How about this? He's to the 10. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there. 81 yards. And the Eagles will strike quickly here to tie up the ball game. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. This is Eric Dickerson, four-time rushing champ. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll go right back to the ground with Dickerson. And some room to maneuver. And powering through at the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's a gain of 33 as we ironically approach 3:33 remaining in the quarter. They've done a pretty good job containing him up until this drive, and until that run, there was no containing him at all.
Yeah, you're right about that. He finally popped free. But we didn't have to be in their practice sessions. We didn't have to be in their meeting rooms. They planned for a run like that to happen, maybe a couple of them. But what did they tell their guys all week? You know what they said. Move on to the next play. That one just happened. Let it go.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Now a give left side. It's Dickerson. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On second down, it's Walker. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Dickerson on the handoff. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Eric Dickerson, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Saints have retaken the lead. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was. And when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
And he will get into the end zone again, and he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he doesn't even get this to the 10. He's taken down at the 9.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It really doesn't get much easier than the last drive. One play, And they took it all the way to the house on the touchdown run.
And you know how many times we talk about that's exactly how they drew it up? Because essentially every play that's drawn up in an offensive playbook, if everyone does their job perfectly, should go for a touchdown, right? That's one that actually did. Give a little credit to those big fellas up front, too. They sprang their man for not only a big gain, but 6 points.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Looking long for Thomas. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. 89 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Eagles offense staying out there. Of course, Hurts always a threat to run. They'll go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is not going to get to the goal line. The defense keeps him out of the end zone, and as a result, that's going to keep this game tied. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Now here's Mahomes. The pass complete to Ingram on the crossing route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Mahomes now on first down. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Odafe Oweh showing off the pass rush skills. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. They go play fake. Mahomes. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Hall of Famer Larry Wilson. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Well, this defense was victimized earlier in this opening quarter. This time, a measure of revenge.
Well, they always tell defenses you have to have a short memory, but I also think it helps if you remember what happens to you before, and now you're able to flip it around. They didn't want to show weakness and let this offense think they could do whatever they want, and they turned things around in that case and picked one off themselves.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Looking downfield for Kelsey. And he's got it inside the 10. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. A big play there for Philly. 42 yards. Pretty entertaining start. 14-all the score on EA Sports. Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they go to work up. And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles have taken the lead. The call from Nick Sirianni. Let's go for 2 here, he says. Hurts will throw. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Gets around him. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Dickerson trying the right side. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Whitney merciless from his linebacker spot in to drop him in his tracks.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Mahomes now to throw. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, the first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Mahomes. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
But 1st down, Hurts being chased out left. Oh, and that is incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the 1st. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
19 tight.
Here's Hurts to throw. That's caught by Jackson. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they find a way to convert there on 4th and 6. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Perry, and he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
110 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. On 1st down, Perry. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. 14-yard line, 2nd and 11. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Tyler Higbee